Alright. Are we online? Live? Refresh that one. If I'm live, and I'm currently live. Check my own quality sound. Yeah, I need to increase. I actually lagging behind after while I'm watching my stream. This is funny. I'm a little bit quiet. Maybe I can increase my sound a little bit more. Or maybe I could just move my mic a little bit more to me, because it's like on the other side of my freaking desktop. My desk, I mean. Alright. Get the URL. I am doing this like random as always. And you will probably hear the happy gust in the background. Yeah, in-game sounds are on. Right away. Find the Discord channel and share it. Like always, just like always. And with that, we're off, I would say. Right. Hello and welcome this time back to CommunityCraft. And actually, I think we're gonna fly away because I parked my Happy Gast orbit right here. I wanted to start at a scenic place today, like up here, because I still don't have a finished house, and I probably won't be finishing this one because yeah, I have plans for something new. And you may have seen I also started tearing down the farm silo over there. This is also because I have another idea for that. And also the island. Whoa! Almost clattered on the ground there. Yeah, get my helmet back on, and you can see the island is a little bit expanded to that height. Yeah, I'm thanking Robert for that. She made sure to like expand it a little bit because I asked her to. Put in some very nice detail, I must say. I mean, I'm gonna keep that shape because it's more than enough space for my future ideas, which are actually in the early planning stages over on the creative server right now. And yeah. Alright. I already got spam messages in on Twitch again. I don't know how to. Wait a sec. Alright. Removed it because I really am not like interested in knowing the stuff, how to like block spam messages or stuff like that. So yeah, probably going to get all sent through. I mean, I am just doing the VODs for like myself. And which happy gas is this? I don't know. Miku. Wait a second. Yeah, just asking around, and also this was like my Mac and it's kinda broken. My stuff was removed, but I think I have replacements over this space because there are a lot of things happened since the last time I streamed. First of all, there's a stand-in from me over here, and I actually going to rip it apart because it kinda, yeah. I don't know what's the sound in English, but it fulfilled its purpose. Yeah, that's the one it was. Because as you can see, CommunityCraft turned 1 year old a few days ago, and I thought I was going to stream tonight to kinda celebrate it, but not really, since nobody seems to be on, since it's a day in the middle of the week and I'm only streaming tonight because I don't have work tomorrow, and yeah, that's the main reason I'm streaming tonight. Also, I changed my canopy swing to this design. It's a lot more wider, and I changed around the color palette from cherry wood to this copper thingy. Originally I wanted to do a cross between warped and crimson, but I noticed there isn't really a fitting like part to crimson. I don't have any that many fitting components for crimson side as I had to the warped stuff. But I figured out it would probably work with acacia and copper, and yeah, works really well. Really well. I just need to wait until it's fully oxidized, at least this part. All of this is actually wax, so it won't change, and now there can be 8 people, wait, no, 6 people on that thing. Before it was only 2. And yeah, the new one I'm gonna rebuild somewhere else. I was thinking around there somewhere at the shoreline, maybe on the pier over here somewhere, next to my few kayaks I built over there. But anyway, what was it I wanted to do again? Oh yeah, my mech. I wanted to put all the armor pieces there before I go on to the next thingy I was doing. So let's get all of these pieces and actually put them here like that. I don't care how it looks. My main concern is that it's complete, and it's complete now, definitely. So let's keep going. Hey Tim, I see you. I didn't notice when you were sending that message, but I saw it now. Can't be more than a few minutes ago. So yeah, first of all, I want to address like the big elephant in the room by just showing you, because as you all may have noticed, I did a live stream where I introduced the See You Tomorrow cemetery, which is down here, without explaining what the See You Tomorrow cemetery is, or where it came from, because I never showed it in any of the live streams. It was there for like the last two live streams before I did the one with the opening tour of this place. It was down here in that secret entryway, but I never showed it because I didn't want it to spoiler it. Oh, also there's a drone throwing stuff at me, so probably go back in here. Maybe I just kill him. Okay, you are the one who's throwing stuff. At least currently it's still easy. I can wait until the Nautiluses arrive. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot they can still hit me without throwing stuff at me. So yeah, drop that off. I don't need that copper. Maybe I keep that Nautilus shell. Golden carrots back in my offhand. And yeah, what I wanted to say, what the chill? Who broke through my ceiling? Fix that now. Give me a second, guys. I just go into my temporary storage, which will probably remain a very not temporary storage, but a permanent one. I mean, I know myself the best, and I know that I'm really struggling to like not procrastinate. I hate doing like the boring stuff, like cleaning my storage from garbage and stuff, or even sorting my storage. Also, I have to go up there now. To go up there and fix it from this. Where was that part where it's broken? I think it's somewhere under Tim's space, but can't figure out where. I probably should have kinda saved the chords. Wait, hang on a second. I'm going back down. I'm probably going through the ceiling and filling it up from down, from the down space. So where was it? I think it was these two. Right. So yeah, in the meantime I could just talk about this. So yeah, I wanted to do a cemetery place for all the players who weren't playing anymore on the server in a long while, so a few months or so. And I kinda jinxed my own like thingy, I'd say, because within 24 hours Nijoa joined back, so that probably is something that was already outdated by then. So his grave was definitely outdated by then. And yeah, over the time, like, I don't know, I think 4 of the other guys I built graves for also returned, and now it's actually half empty with just a couple of armor stands without any people represented by them standing around. And I can just fill them back in, even though some of these people left again and hadn't returned since then. I can just fill them back in and pretend that nothing ever happened. So yeah, it kinda looks empty right now, but at least it was filled while I was doing the introduction tour. Right, guys? Right. Also, there's still the wall of remembrance with all the names put on of people who left the server also, but weren't put into these like class thingies or like the statue graves. As you can see, there's a few things which were removed. But yeah. Also there's this thing, build stone. And it's really loud, but it's also really awesome. I like it very much. And you can see I put a bunch of fireflies in there, in here. Those weren't here when I did the like opening tour, because we only updated the server after that. But none place more fitting than this one. Also, I tried the infinite ceiling thingy. I don't think it really worked out for me, but at least I did a lot of detail in here. Definitely a lot of detail, and I really like that. So anyway, this is just something I wanted to say. So yeah, this is finally cleared out. I built it in secret. I'm sorry, because it's not the only thing I built in secret I have to show you guys today. The other thing is not something really built, but it's something that is still in the early stages of being built, or at least what I'm doing with it in the early stages. And yeah, we can head over there. But actually, let me fly over there from the overworld instead of going through the nether. Because if I go through the nether, then it's probably I mean, it's a big impact, but it's definitely not. Huh. It's definitely not like something that is getting that much appreciated, instead of if I just fly over there and show you it's slowly rendering into frame, because it's massive, really massive. At the time I calculated that it was the biggest base from surface area, so it took up the most space from surface area. And since then it got top, but at least it's still the base with the most surface area, I'd say, which is like continuous, so it's one at one spot. So yeah, going from my island over, it's actually a little bit behind Chichi's area, and I can see whatever they are doing, it looks kinda industrial and also kinda cool. Actually, at some point I have to explore the server a little bit, but not right now. Also, I think this one here is custom, somebody built that probably. And the area I want to show you is actually right over here somewhere. Wait a second. Let me check my F3 right now, because I'm kinda lagging out a little bit. Probably from the stream that I am streaming. Let me turn down the simulation distance and a little bit on the render. Graphics aren't fast. Cloud distance. Are clouds off? I think clouds are off. Yeah, clouds off. Shaders on. Right. Sorry guys, I just you know me by now. I am just doing things on the fly, like changing my settings and stuff. Not really the most interesting stuff to look at, but yeah. Actually, am I flying into the right direction? I don't really know. Alright, there's something here. I think I remember this one. Mine is actually right nearby, I think. Yeah. I think this area's Matt's area. Oh, there are actually zombies on his roof. Light up your place, dude. Whoa. So yeah, I think this is Matt's area and my area is right over there somewhere. Ah, yes. You can see this mountain over there, part of this mountain. Yeah, right behind that is my area. And actually let's fly over there. Maybe I find a bed before I do that. Actually, let me find a bed first. There's probably somewhere. Must be a bed somewhere. There a bed in here? Ah, looks like it. I'm just gonna... Really? Monsters nearby. Is it because of you? Ah, damn. Okay, let's sleep. Alright. Catch the first sun rays in the morning and off we go. I hope I fly into the right direction. Because this half mountain over there isn't because it's not loaded in, it's really just half a mountain. Why is there a floating dirt island? Because this is what I was working on for like the last 3 months and it's definitely not finished yet. Welcome to Terra Nullius, my future industrial district. And as you can see, it's quite big area I dug out with others together. And there's a deeper hole in the middle that goes down to like y minus 50. So around 100 blocks, a little bit more than 100 blocks more than what I'm currently standing on. And this is on Y59 because I am putting deep state all over the place, like that I am ending up on Y60, so there's a nice floor in it. And this is my temporary storage. As you can see, it looks kinda strange, but it has a reason. Because the smaller tower of the two, yeah, it's filled with double chests full of nothing but dirt. The bigger tower, you could probably think about what it is. Yeah, it's stone. Actually, it's over 150 double chests of nothing but stone. Actually, and there's a wandering trader over there. I think I know already what he has because he spawned like yesterday and I was flying out of this space and so he probably wasn't rendering in and stayed there until I returned right now. So yeah, this is stone. 150 double chest. It's around, I think, 60 to 70% of all the stone I ever mined on the server, which is actually quite a lot. It's around 750,000 blocks as of now, and I am definitely planning to reach 1 million. definitely is still in this year. And it looks like I'm going to get it. Actually, pretty close right now. So, yeah. But working on this area is not the thing I wanted to do today, because this would be quite boring, actually, to do. And for this we're gonna find a safe space somewhere. I think here's right, alright. And let's go over to the creative server. For that we just hit in server creative. And there's a lot of stuff I already did over here. You will see, yeah, first of it's a selected space. This is my original design of this thingy. This is the current lifeline. Oh, by the way, yeah, I am currently playing Lifeline again. Season 2 started like a little bit over a month ago, and yeah, it's really quiet right now. Nothing happens there. Also, I'm already dead, as you can see in my, well, you can see it in creative, but my name is Gray, and yeah. So this is like the thingy, the board for Lifeline 2, and there's other stuff. This is like staircase design I'm trying to come up, some roof designs, and this giant thing over here, maybe it's this, no, this one, this giant thing over here. Can you figure out for what it is? So yeah, since nobody is watching my stream right now, I'm just gonna say it. It's the thing that replaces my farming silo. Yeah, this is a farming tower. I'm gonna build that in survival after I figured out the full design and like changed it from these temporary structure blocks to the end design, like with everything else. And let me show you everything else while we are at it. This was like the design before I came up with, in the old style with the square and stuff, before I figured out why don't I go a lot bigger. This. Also, as you can see, my stuff is all over the place. There are some hot air balloons I designed. Nice stuff like that. A little bit, I was playing a little bit with redstone lanterns and stuff. This is the original design, like the old one. I haven't started building it on creative, but I just copied it from survival over to here. Also, there are a lot of like radiant ideas lying around, or lighting ideas like this one or that one. This one was actually something I saw on Pinterest, but it wasn't from Minecraft, and I just realized that later, and I really wanted to build it and figured it kinda looked nice, actually. This one I don't really know what this one is. Maybe I built it, maybe I don't. Can't really remember. So yeah, this is a tiny like kinda deserty saloon vibe thingy I built. I mean, I'm really scatterbrained. Everything is like all over the place for me. This is a testing area for cemetery designing. Also, this is something to test with the cemetery. Grave designs I tested with the cemetery. So this area over here is all cemetery thing. This horse is stuck here for at least the last 4 months or something. I don't know where he's trying to go, but he definitely never going to get out here, because he's just floating there, and I really don't want to touch him unless I'm gonna destroy whatever this is. Alright, let's get over to the next one to explain. These are the designs I came up with. This is the upside down build stone thingy I've shown you. And yeah, for that I had to kinda come up with a new thingy of redstone. I also named it here, upwards T flip-flop monostable circuit. So something that does these double impulses into one, and also keeps the lights on. So that wasn't actually planned. It was only planned to like one click to activate the blades and one click to deactivate, but that is interactive interactively with button click and light. It's really a nice bonus, I would say. So yeah, these are some ring designs I came up with. Ring designs for something specific. This part, I copied a part of the bridge that goes over like my house, as you can see, and I came up with this crazy design. It's far from finished, but yeah, this is actually what I want to build as my, in quotes, real house. I'm going to put in the space where my current house is. And I think I'm actually going to put like a house over there on an like dirt platform island that's stripping down, and one over here, and I probably fill up these spaces in between. It's the same as with the farming tower. Those are like temporary designs, and I have to change it up when I ever get to finish it, but this is one of the major things I really want to finish. This right here, I probably think I can remove it by now, because it was like the earliest stages of the first shop I wanted to design before I figured out it would probably take too much time for my current projects. I mean, I'm already kind of thinking of that I'm going to drop a few of my ideas, at least for this season. Maybe there's gonna be a season 2. If there's gonna be a season 2, I'm probably gonna build stuff there then. I scrapped from this one, but as of now, I'm going to cut it. Literally. And with that space over here now free, I can finally. My inventory is full. I can finally come up with a design for a new shop, because after like over half an hour of flying around and doing everything else I wanted to not really do, I finally I kind of lost the point there. Anyway, let's start. The shop I want to create is something interesting but also very simple. A lot of people have a bunch of trash just lying around in their storage, and I kinda want that trash. I know it sounds kinda weird, but I have a very interesting idea behind it. My shop's gonna called Trash Nugs, and it's actually going to be a shop where people can drop off all their stuff they don't want for like free. So just drop it in chests and fill up some random chests with some random garbage. And I'm actually going to take that stuff out and use everything in my power to transform it into something more interesting. And by something more interesting, I mean make something out of it which is actually useful. Like, you have some plants you don't need or stuff, you can make bone meal out of that and bone blocks if you continue like that. Or you maybe have some hot soil or other dirt stuff you don't need. I can put it next to like grass blocks and then collect these grass blocks, so there's an upgrade over there. With wood stuff I probably can do something too, like maybe use it as well maybe use it as some fire, uh, some fuel to like smelt something else or stuff. There's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of stuff I can do. And actually I'm doing this right out of my mind because I kind of want to build it out of the most cheap looking stuff I could come up with. So yeah, literally just trash and scraps and stuff. Maybe there's a bit rare block in there or stuff, but most of it probably just trash. Oh, Herna, not gray stained glass, everything but that. I go with light gray. So yeah, probably most of it is just going to be trash. But over the time, when people really put their stuff in there and I can make better and better stuff out of the garbage they dropped me, I probably can also change my shop and make it out of better materials, like slowly turning something really really cheap into something really really fancy looking. But as of now I need to come up with a cheap design, and I actually struggling at the moment to come up with whatever cheap blocks I can think of. So blocks that everybody kinda can get. So maybe a dump potsol then, because potsol is actually not that common of a block, but it still kinda looks ugly. I don't really like it. Right. So we have dirt and something else. Something else. Maybe we go with planks too, because planks are something of the most basic stuff. And I can probably think of half blocks. I mean, if I can find it, probably somewhere down here. No, this is farmland. Dirt, dirt path. Yeah. Actually, let me get corrosive dirt because it's also very cheap to get, as well as gravel. Maybe we can put a bit of coal in there, but maybe that's too much already. Let me get a little bit of moss. Actually, I think I'm going to put some kind of dead plants in there. Would kind of look funny. Actually, I'm going to drop these blocks in front of me so that I can pick them up in a few minutes. Okay, pale oak leaves, and where was that other one I wanted to? Moss carpet, right. I have something else, something more wall like. Also, I definitely need torches and stuff, something to give a little bit of light. Actually, I think I'm going to go with netherrack and just fire to give that one little piece of light. I can think of, no, maybe something later. Item frame? Yeah, but only the normal item frames. I can't afford like a higher item frame. And let's use scaffolding for some stuff and barrels for like the storage thingy. Barrel. I can't find a barrel. Actually, let me grab netherrack first. I can't find netherrack either. What is this? Who designed that? I can't find stuff. Okay, there's netherrack. I wanted to do a barrel, and I also need some grayish, like, go with chain or with iron. Both is quite expensive. Actually, I think I just go with a normal fence, but I need to come up with like the most stupid looking fence design I can come up with. So let me think of, maybe I go with buttons, stone button. Right. Stone. Actually cobblestone wall, I think. Also cobblestone. Alright, we got a set of pretty disgusting looking blocks. I think we can start now. And I also need, like, wait a second. Let me get a wooden axe to use word edit to actually change the ground to make something that kind of differentiated to the rest. So what do I should change it to? Let me think for a second. I need a simple block, which is also quite common, but works good as a ground block and is different from all the other blocks I'm currently having. Actually, the most fitting block for that role would be grass block. Would be an actual grass block, so the same thing as I already have right here, but that won't work. That won't work in the slightest like this, but just humor it for a moment. We're gonna replace it with Oh, wait a second. Can't be a space there. Let's set it to green concrete. Green concrete. We have something to at least differentiate it. Actually, oh, don't wanna have. Okay, I am destroying stuff. It goes really swimmingly right now. Actually, let me expand it a little bit, like 15. Okay, that won't work. Like 15 over here, and from here on, expand it like 15 over here. And then just cross it over to this side and connect it. Now we have a green square. And let's do a line around it in black concrete to know where I'm building. And after that we can actually start with designing that thing. Alright. One corner. Two corners. 3. And 4. Also remove that. And now we have a square space. Not sponsored, by the way. Alright. Let's get some barrels in here. Some barrel action. And yeah. Even though it looks cheap from the outside, actually I need some signs too. Signs. Let's go with oak. The cheapest of them all. Maybe we can afford some. No. Let's keep it as one. We don't have the variety for that. Yeah, I mean, even if it looks cheap from the upside, so everything on the surface looks cheap, there are definitely going to be some fancy stuff underground, because it only should look cheapish for everybody except for me, because I kinda want the stuff that's not gonna be seen to be fancy outright, because I'm not want to design like everything every time I have something a bit more like on different stuff to put down, if you understand what I mean. So yeah, anyway, let's start designing that thing, and I actually don't really know with which blocks I'm going to start. Actually, I think I'm going with the dirt path first, because it's quite literally going to be the floor of this thing. I kind of want to do a squarish, uneven build at the beginning. So yeah, I want it to be kind of ugly in every regard and in every like way, without actually being too ugly, if that makes sense. But it definitely has to have some like trashy look to it. So yeah. Hey Ufi. Just asking. watch the stream in a bit, but then I would probably be no longer online. Well, actually, I really want to finish that thing on stream, so yeah. But like everything people do on stream, this would probably quite the hassle to do, actually. But anyway, let's put down the path blocks around here in a circle to know where like the corner of it is, and from here out expand it a little bit more. Actually going to do like a little indent in this space. This is where the entrance is going to be. And now let's come up with some walls, and for that I'm gonna grab the dirt and just put it down around it for the moment. Figure out which is the best way to like form that thing. Alright. I think I kinda need to change it up a little bit. I just now noticed it quite a hard shape, like upside down hard, but yeah, I need to make it kinda seem a little bit more asymmetrical, like this. I think like this, then actually go over here, and from here do it like that. Now it looks like sort of neck pillow. Damn, I can't even build ugly, it seems. Actually, what if I build it a little bit more down to the south on that area? Bring it so, and going in by one. But actually, alright. This could work. This could really work. Looks right, alright. And actually get rid of this bit and put the entrance right here. Entrance around here. So have gonna go out like this over here, and I think I'm actually going to replace with that again. I think I'm gonna put down one more dirt path over here, and from here on I just gonna go ham on the inside, like putting down dirt paths all over the place and just doing some block vomit around here. Something like that, maybe one over here. I mean, I don't need these many like path blocks. Remember, it should look quite cheapish. And yeah, even though path blocks are really easy to get, you need to remember it's still something to have a shovel for, and I don't think a shop without like any budget has the budget for a shovel. So something like this looks probably good. So there are kind of pathways, but not really. Nothing is like connected, nothing makes sense, and I kind of like it like that. And now let's grab actually rest blocks to fill in the rest of the space. And get a feeling for how it should be. How it should here at the end. Oh, I actually got distracted by what Ufi was writing. Oh, wrong block. So yeah, let's finish that off. And let's finish off the floor design. Almost. I need to replace a few of these blocks too. Because you will need to remember this is all gonna be like the area of the shop. And for that I'm actually... Oh, wait a second. Do people know I'm streaming right now? Do people watch me? Yeah. Hold on a second, I need to write something down. Alright, I think I got it. So yeah, let's do continue work on this one. So the floor design is alright, I'd say so far. Now we need to come up with the sides. For that I'm switching to the blocks I need. So dirt, cobblestone, oak, planks, and what more? Scaffolding and light gray stained glass. Also I have gravel in here. Right. Actually, let's get rid of these two. I don't need them right now. Yeah, redesign. Every good building needs a strong foundation, so let's put down a bunch of cobblestone and actually gravel. I mean, I don't have any budget, but I'm still want it to look as fancy as possible, and for that I'm using kinda similar color schemes, so gravel and cobblestone go great together, I think, in that scenario. But let's put down more cobblestone than gravel, because even though you need to mine for cobblestone, it's actually easy to get. I know I'm explaining Minecraft right now like an idiot, but yeah, I just want to make sure we're on the same page over here. Actually, it fits really well. Huh. Haven't noticed until today that gravel and cobblestone fit really well together. I should probably build more with these, I figure. But anyway, Actually, let me throw in a few like dirt blocks to break up the continuous design and give it a little bit more of variety, because the further up we go, the more it will turn to brownish looking blocks. But as for now, let's continue the second layer with more gravel, but less cobblestone. Actually, I think I'm just gonna put down 1 or 2 over here. And yeah, let's put down more gravel all over the place. But let's keep a few spots open for potential windows. And for the pieces where the dirt is, let's expand that a little bit to the side. Actually, yeah, let's close up that. Let's close up this. Actually, let's turn this one into dirt 2. Something like expanding over on this side and expanding up on. Actually, let me put down gravel here. There's gonna be a window. There's not gonna be a window. And I think here's also not gonna be a window, but I kinda struggling how to do that with the dirt. I think it's going to skip one over here. I think I'm actually putting gravel down, cobblestone down over there. So yeah. Also, not gonna be a window over here, but I think I'm gonna put on another cobblestone. So yeah, a window over here and a window over there. Let's put them in. And we have this second layer complete. And now let's move on. One more up. Let's expand with the dirt. Gravel gets less frequent, the dirt expanding way more. Something around this, with actually putting in some oak in between. Maybe not oak, maybe let's just do logs, oak logs. And yeah, gravel over here, gravel there. And now let's expand dirt like this with way more gravel. And another cobblestone, because I don't know why. So gravel and gravel, and actually dirt over here, and also I think dirt over here. Oh, I forgot that I do that instantly. There's another gravel going to be down here. Or actually, let me kinda change that. And actually put down another oak block and the dirt down below. Down another cobblestone. Last remaining cobblestone over there. I think this should be looking like it's going somewhere. I think. But I'm not really sure about it. Actually, let me put down another window over here, just for the sake of having a random window which doesn't fit the remaining stuff. And yeah, layer 3 I'd say complete. Now we have to go kinda up, and by up I mean, yeah, kinda in the same direction I'm doing right now, but with even more dirt and dirt and dirt, more dirt, all over the place dirt, and actually a little bit more of wood as well. Something around this, where we switch over to mainly dirt with a little bit of gravel still holding on, but not for long. Definitely not for long. Alright. Wood down here, dirt down there. Actually a little bit more of gravel over here. Yeah. More dirt and wood over this place. Looking good, looking good, looking good and looking ugly. Alright. Cobblestone time. It's going somewhere. I think. But now it's time to get rid of the last pieces of gravel and cobblestone. Just outright abandoning them. Switch to the more brownish looking stuff. So yeah, like this, like that. Actually, let's go more into the wood stuff. Over here and over there. This, that, and this. Bam, bam. Put them all down at once. I'm going to do like this actually. Kinda switching things up, kinda switching stuff. Let's fill in the empty spaces over here. I know it kinda looks like block vomit, but it shouldn't look too fancy, and actually I think I might use too much of the wool. Actually, let me grab something real quick. Granite. What does granite do in this stuff? Because I think it's a little bit not enough variety. I think this could work. Could definitely do the trick, but I need to come up with like a different thingy I want to do. Definitely looks like it's doing something, but I can't really expand that much upwards because I want to keep the shop quite like limited in height and stuff. Not because I am too lazy to do it. I mean, this is one reason, but also it should still be a cheap shop, so I can't build too high unless it will look like it's being better off than it's supposed to be, if that makes sense. And for that, let's actually start going inward a little bit. I'm not gonna finish it on like one layer and stuff, but I'm definitely going to flatten it out quite abruptly. And for that, let's start going in by, I'd say, 2 blocks, with a few blocks like hanging over like this and like that maybe. Alrighty. Let's go to the other side to continue a little bit of path I am trying to do. This stuff and that stuff. With a little bit more dirt, I think I need to switch it over to here so that it works better. Actually, I think I'm going to use scaffolding in another way to build like support beams, because ceiling is definitely not getting supported in any way, and so I have to put a bunch of support beams in the middle of the shop so that it looks like they are holding up the ceiling, if that makes sense. And yeah, with that, let's continue with a stupid design. Also, I think I have some roasted, right, I forgot I had that. Let's put down a bunch of this stuff around here. Like going down here, and maybe putting some down over here, which goes up like that. And maybe also over here, but not really sure about that. But let's use it for this space, like this. And I think it's in there now, bunch of stuff. So let's get back to the original design. Also, I think I'm gonna drop the planks off my raster because it doesn't really fit in. I mean, the contrast is still still there. Really quite stark contrast, if I can say so. But it would be way more worse if I put like the planks in there. So anyway, let's continue with this, and I actually don't know what I should put here. I think I go with normal dirt and an overhang like that. We're going to do a double overhang and continue inward. Now with a little bit of corrosive dirt and actually switching back to I think for this one I really want to put wood down there, but I actually need to go with oak wood in that case, because this side is going to be clear, this side is going to be clear, and the downside is going to be clear, and all of those 3 sides or maybe 4 sides need to have the wood texture, so can't put a normal log there. Alright, let's continue with normal dirt all around. Oh yeah, this is how far I take it right here. For this one, let's put down one of those and go back to corrosive dirt over here. And let's see how I make the front. I think I actually going to build the front out of more structurally sound blocks. Where structurally sound I am thinking I'm just going with granite and corrosive dirt in that case. But I have to come up with like something to differentiate it in the overall stuff. I think I should stop streaming in the middle of the night. My brain is quite fried at this time. But I actually think I can do stuff. I just need to figure a way out to get it out of the way, so to say, the pillars I'm going to build, and I think this one is a quite alright spot for that. And over on this side, I think I'm actually gonna put it right over here in front of that. Let's put these temporary things right here. I'm gonna change them and differentiate them later on. But as for now, let's just do it like that. Do it like this, and actually I think I'm gonna put another block over here. And do I want another dirt block, or do I want... Okay, something happened with my sounds. I don't know what's happened with my sounds. Why are my sounds gone? No, really, what happened with my sounds? Did I accidentally mute myself or some stuff? I can't hear my in-game sounds. What the heck? I can't hear my in-game sounds. Did my headset just went out? Ah, my headset just went out, guys. Okay, let's put it back on. And I can hear stuff again. Okay, that was weird. It was really, really weird. Okay. Anyway, you were still able to hear me and everything because my recording mic is another mic besides the one on my headset. But definitely weird. Certified. Okay. What do I do now? I'm kinda running out of ideas what actually to do. I kinda want to have a variety, but also I'm kinda struggling to come up with variety. Okay. I think I'm gonna put a corrosive dirt in the middle of there. Oh, wait a second. Those two are already corrosive dirt. Yeah, actually, let's continue the trend. More corrosive dirt over here. So, I think the corners are done now. I actually put down a bunch of other blocks. And I think this should be alright. Let's put down a double wall, a double ceiling, so to say, on this edge. Something like this. I think a normal dirt block in the middle. One more wood over that side. Actually, let's put down another oak log because I need two sides again, because we're gonna move one up from here. And now I have to figure out how to do that without looking too ugly, if that makes sense. Okay. The corrosive dirt a bit again. Over on display. Something like this. Normal dirt down here. With some granite actually going over here. And expanding. And more corrosive dirt that way. If actually I change onto normal dirt like this. And more corrosive dirt this way around. Corrosive dirt. I'd say, but like this. And some more corrosive dirt. Yeah. Wait, corrosive dirt. Okay. Let's continue over this way. If more wood. Actually more wood. And again. Wood. And normal dirt. A little bit more of normal dirt. And go back to good old granite. Another block of corrosive dirt over here. Alright, this is really like straining my brain out right now. It's really really training my brain power. Come up with a ugly design which is also kinda good. Which doesn't look like block vomit all over the place. But I think this is going to be where the ceiling is in the end. I think I'm gonna actually put down a bunch more glass, but this time full glass blocks. And maybe also some good looking glass for once. Some glass which isn't like dirtied, but only like single block of undirtied glass, if that makes sense. Something like over here. But maybe I do this over here, and over there it's gonna be one down, so totally uneven. Alright. I think I figured it out. How to make this look good. Oh damn. Okay, I haven't figured it out. I'm sorry. I'm screwing everything up right now. I need to do it like that. Everything else would look really, really stupid. I mean, it looks really, really stupid, but not like what I mean. So, what do I do? Yeah, actually, let me do another class over this place. Okay, this one is closed, and now I have to deal with this. And I think I've got it. It looks really, really ugly, but it looks like a finished build with some with some interesting interior. With a really interesting interior. I can't wait to show somebody. I probably won't gonna like it. Actually, let me punch a few holes in the wall to actually get some possible rain in. Because, yeah, definitely not up to code. Definitely not gonna looking that good. Alright, alright. Actually, let's put down a bunch more blocks around this area, like rose dirt and stuff. Make it look even more weathered down, like it's like the whole ceiling is crumbling. Yeah, something like this. This looks fine. This is absolutely fine. Let's put down a few more temporary things. More permanent things in this case over at these spaces. Make them look kinda realistic. Hold up some walls. Something like this. And maybe a few on the inside. Like over here. And actually put down one more over this place. As well as something like this over here. And one more actually, I think, down here. Wait, no, that's on the same level. Let's put, wait, no, also on the same level. I need to figure out, okay, which space more support beams? I think here. I think it's over here, but actually I think I can cheese it a bit. I also still need to get the netherrack thingy. Actually put down a hole here and put up some sort of chimney. For that I need a few trapdoors. I may get some trapdoors, some pretty cheap looking trapdoors, and I think I go with food. I know, I said I don't want to add more things, but I really want to make it look a little bit fancy. And campfire. campfire for the other thing. And let's start coming up with a chimney. Not that fancy of a chimney, but at least a tiny one. I think this is alright already. Put it down like that. And with this we have like the chimney, which is actually going to be lit from underground here. I think I have to replace this one, because this would just burn down the whole place if I don't replace this one. And I need flint and steel. And actually flame that. So one more of these. Of cobblestone down here. Actually some scaffolding holding it up. And I need trapdoors again for the downstairs area. I also want to kind of put it in fancy. Like this one. And let's see. Okay, this side is quite alright against mobs. This one over here not so much. But this can't be dealt with by simply putting down torch, I think, somewhere. Just need to figure out where. So. I'm getting sleepy. Need to come up with a play to put down a single torch. Oh yeah. Probably. Nah. I can't do it like that. I can't just plug down a random torch like that. Need to come up with something better. Come up with something more fitting. Actually, how would it look like if the building just was like halfway engulfed in flames? Would probably look quite funny. So yeah, actually going to put down like 3 that, and I think around it I'm gonna change the blocks to something not burning and just hope it continues like that forever. So let's change it up. Gonna change that to corrosive dirt and gonna change that over to granite. And on the inside, let's actually the scaffolding over to here, so that nothing there can burn. And if this would work, which it doesn't, because I apparently don't know how Neverwrite works these days. Don't the sides work anymore? Only the top? Oh, damn. Can't a man have a side burning block? Alright, never mind then. Let's change it back and come up with something else, I guess. Okay, I think I actually don't remember how it was. I think this one was wood, and that one was wood, and these three I don't actually remember what blocks they were. I'm just going to assume things from how the surrounding looks, something like that. Actually, I think there was also maybe here. Maybe change it to gross dirt. Something this way. Okay. In that case, I think I can move the scaffolding back over here. Get rid of it at there. This place. And now let's figure out a way to do that properly. I think still with some netherrack. Because I can't afford something more fancy. I just can't. Or maybe I kinda can. You have the cobblestone wall, I could. But actually, let me get a wood fence. An oak fence. Right. Let's just put an oak fence down somewhere. Or maybe I still go with cobblestone wall. Actually, I think I will. I think I actually will. Something like like a cheap version. I just want to prove that space over there. Damn. At least now it's mob-proofed. Like almost all around. Well, not that corner and not that corner, but the surrounding isn't really my problem because it's gonna be lit up by other builds and other shops. I just care for the inside. And it's actually working. It's actually working and it looks like an absolute mess. I think I have to I think I actually have to fix like these sides over here because I don't really think it should look like this. So a little bit more of block connection, a little bit less of whatever this is. Dirt, normal dirt. Right. Here I actually can put down corrosive dirt, I think. Would look right. Then I also have to need put it down here.